Friends, time is the one thing we can never get back. But often, we waste it like we have endless amounts. We scroll online for hours. We agree to everything. Then, before we know it, the day is gone. Our big dreams just sit there, forgotten, while we chase things that don't even matter. Today, I want you to stop for a moment. Realize that your time is your most valuable possession. You can't just spend it carelessly. You need to protect it, value it, and use it smartly. Time is your best asset, and there's only so much of it. We often think time will never run out, like a river that always flows. But that's not true. Every second that passes is a part of your life you can never get back. We all get the same number of hours each day. How we choose to spend them shows who we really are. Some people protect their time like a rare jewel, using it to create, learn, and build important things. Others scatter their hours like confetti, saying yes to everyone and everything, leaving their own dreams to fade away. I want you to think about your own time. Where is it going? Who is getting it? Are you spending it on things that truly matter to you, or are you just trying to please other people? This is the main question you need to answer if you want to truly protect your time. Because, simply put, your time is your life happening. It's all your days, all your moments, all your choices put together. It's too important to waste. We live in a world that praises being busy. We wear our full schedules like medals. But being busy doesn't always mean you're doing useful things or making progress. Sometimes, it just means you're filling your days with noise that doesn't help you. The real question isn't how busy you are, but how focused and purposeful you are. Are you using your time to get closer to your goals, or are you letting it slip away on endless scrolling, long meetings, and other people's demands? Protecting your time starts when you realize it's limited. Once you accept that you can't do everything, you can start picking what really matters. You can start focusing on the things that excite you, bring you joy, feed your spirit, and move you toward the life you want. You can stop trying to please everyone and start being true to yourself. There will always be requests for your time. Someone will always want a little more from you. But you need to decide where your limits are. You need to decide what you will and won't allow. This isn't about being rude. It's about being smart. Because every minute you give away to something that doesn't matter is a minute you can never give to what does. It's a trade, and you must make sure you're trading wisely. The great thing about protecting your time is the freedom it gives you. It gives you room to breathe, to dream, to create. It gives you the chance to focus on what you love instead of what everyone else expects. And when you do that, you start living a life that feels real and fulfilling. You start finding your own rhythm, your own pace. You start building something that is truly yours. So remember this. Your time is your most important thing. Treat it with the care it deserves. Don't waste it on things that don't lift your spirits. Don't let it be used up by things that don't fit your purpose. Hold it close. Protect it strongly. And use it to build the life you've always dreamed of. Because in the end, it's not how much time you had that matters. It's how you spent it. Boundaries. Your time's shield. Boundaries are like an invisible shield for your time. They are the clear lines that separate what is yours from what isn't. What helps you feel good from what wears you down. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out. They are doors you choose to open and close with thought. They are the quiet strength that protects your dreams and energy from being used up by things that don't match your values. In a world that always wants more from you, learning to set and keep your boundaries is one of the bravest things you can do. It might feel strange at first. You might worry you'll upset people, or that you'll seem cold or selfish. But boundaries aren't about being cold. They're about being clear. They are a statement of what matters most to you and what you won't give up. They are a way of telling the world, my time and energy are important, and I choose to spend them on what brings me joy and helps me grow. Boundaries are a way of honoring yourself and the life you want to build. There's a quiet power in just saying, this is enough. It's the power to stand up for your own needs without saying sorry. It's the power to say no when something doesn't help you, even if it means someone else might be a little disappointed. It's the power to walk away from situations that drain you, to pick what fills your spirit instead. Boundaries give you the freedom to be your best self, because you're no longer pulled in a million directions. Creating boundaries isn't about shutting out the world. It's about choosing how you want to be part of it. It's about making a place where you can truly do well, instead of just barely getting by. When you honor your boundaries, you honor your health, your peace of mind, your creativity. You create a life that isn't built on other people's demands, but on your own deep truth. But here's the thing, boundaries don't just appear. You have to be ready to speak up, to draw the line, to make tough choices. It can feel scary, especially if you've spent a long time putting everyone else first. But with practice, it gets easier. You learn that saying no isn't rejecting someone. It's changing direction. It's how you protect what matters most. Think of your boundaries as guardrails on a twisty mountain road. They don't stop you from moving forward. They keep you from falling off the edge. They keep you on the path to the life you want. And just like those guardrails, your boundaries need to be checked and cared for. They aren't something you set once and forget. They change as you grow. You have to check in with yourself to make sure your boundaries still work for you, that they still fit with who you are becoming. It can be tempting to bend the rules, to say yes when you mean no, to spread yourself too thin. But every time you do, you're teaching others how to treat you. You're teaching them that your time and energy aren't worth protecting. So be firm, be kind, but be clear. Let your boundaries be your shield, your anchor, your guide. And remember, your boundaries aren't about anyone else. They are about you. They are about creating a life that feels good inside, not just looks good outside. They are about giving yourself the space to grow into the person you're meant to be. So, trust yourself. Trust that you can have boundaries. Trust that you deserve them. And trust that the people who truly respect you will honor them too. Because when you stand strong with your boundaries, you create a life built on respect, clear understanding, and peace. Learn to say no without guilt. Learning to say no without feeling bad about it is one of the most powerful things you can ever learn. But it's also one of the hardest. From when we were young, we're taught to be agreeable, to help others, to not cause trouble. We get this idea that if we say no, we're being selfish or rude. But here's the truth. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't fit with what you believe in, you're actually saying no to something that does. Every time you agree to something that drains your energy or pulls you away from your goals, you're giving away a piece of your life you won't get back. Saying no isn't about pushing people away or ignoring the world. It's about honoring your time, your dreams, and your purpose. It's about making space in your life for the things that truly matter. Because if you don't learn to say no, you'll find yourself pulled in many directions, your focus scattered, your heart tired. You'll get lost in all the things other people expect from you. And one day, you'll wake up wondering where your life went. We've been taught to think saying no means you're weak or don't care. But actually, it's a sign of strength. It shows you respect yourself enough to protect your time and energy. It shows you know what's important to you and you're willing to stand up for it. This isn't always easy. People might not understand. They might try to make you feel bad to change your mind, to convince you that you owe them your time. But you don't. Your time is yours. It's the most valuable thing you have, and you have the right to choose how to spend it. When you learn to say no, you start taking back control. You start living life your way. You realize you don't have to be available to everyone all the time. You don't have to please everyone or meet every request. You can choose where your energy goes. You can choose what deserves your attention and what doesn't. And that choice is where freedom begins. There's a simple beauty in saying no. It gets rid of clutter and shows you what's most important. It gives you space to focus on things that fill you with purpose and joy. It frees you from always doing things just to keep others happy. It lets you fully show up for the things that matter to you instead of half-heartedly doing things that don't. Of course, this is easier said than done. It takes practice and courage. It means being willing to feel uncomfortable about letting others down, to let go of needing everyone's approval. But every time you say no when you need to, you get a little stronger. You get a little closer to living the life that's meant for you, not the life someone else wants for you. And here's the most important part. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your no. You don't have to justify it or apologize. A simple no is enough. It's a full sentence, and it's a statement that your time and your dreams matter. So give yourself permission to use that word. Let it be your shield, your guide, your boundary. Let it protect the things that matter most to you. Let it lead you towards a life that isn't just busy, but truly satisfying. Because in the end, saying no to what doesn't matter is the only way to say yes to what does. Prioritize what truly matters in this fast-paced world. It's so easy to get lost in endless tasks, constant alerts, and urgent demands that never stop. We feel like we have to do it all, that if we're not busy every minute, we're falling behind. But the truth is, not everything that asks for your attention deserves it. You need to step back and ask yourself, what really matters? What truly makes your heart sing? What makes you feel alive and content? Those are the things you must protect with your time and energy. Those are the things you must value above all the noise. It's a simple truth that we all have the same 24 hours in a day. But how we choose to spend them shapes our lives. If you spend your time chasing things that don't matter to you, you'll feel empty and disconnected. You'll be busy but not happy. You'll be surrounded by tasks but feel like you're missing something crucial. That's why it's so important to focus on what matters most. It's about being clear on what you want and allowing yourself to focus on it, even if it means letting go of things that once seemed important. This isn't about ignoring your duties or your loved ones. It's about knowing that your time and energy are limited, and you must use them wisely. It's about being honest with yourself about what brings you joy and meaning, and giving those things the attention they deserve. When you focus on what matters, you bring purpose and direction to your day. You stop feeling like you're on a treadmill and start feeling like you're moving towards something that truly matters to you. But prioritizing isn't always easy. We're flooded with messages telling us what we should want, what we should care about. We're told that success looks a certain way, that happiness comes from other people's approval. But you can't let those voices drown out your own. You have to trust yourself. You have to be willing to turn down the noise and listen to your own heart. What matters to you might not matter to someone else. And that's okay. You don't need to explain your dreams or your values. You just need to honor them. One of the most powerful things you can do is to step back and truly look at how you're spending your time. Are your days filled with things that move you closer to your goals? Or are you letting time slip away on things that don't matter? It's a question that can be uncomfortable because it makes you face the ways you might be wasting your own precious life. But it's also the question that can set you free. It can help you break the cycle of pointless busyness and start living with real purpose. When you prioritize what truly matters, you create a life that fits who you are. You create a life that feels meaningful and complete. You learn to let go of the things that weigh you down and embrace the things that lift you up. And when you do that, you become more present, more focused, more alive. You start to see your days not as a blur of chores, but as chances to grow, to connect, to create something beautiful. This is the power of focusing on what truly matters. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about choosing every day to focus on what makes your life rich and vibrant. It's about giving yourself permission to follow your own path, even if it looks different from everyone else's. It's about trusting that when you focus on what matters most, everything else will find its place. Protecting time is protecting peace in a world that's always rushing, always shouting, always demanding. Your time is the quiet place where your soul can find rest. It's the gentle space where your thoughts can breathe, where your heart can beat slowly and steadily, away from the world's craziness. When you protect your time, you create a safe haven for yourself. A place where you can hear your own voice again. A place where you can remember what truly matters to you. This isn't just about keeping a schedule or finishing tasks. It's about respecting our deep need for calm and reflection. Peace doesn't come from having an empty calendar or a life with no worries. It comes from choosing every day to give your time to things that fill you up, instead of things that wear you down. It's the choice to step back from the noise and endless demands, to make moments of quiet where you can feel your own breath and remember who you are, beyond all the labels and expectations. Protecting time is an act of love, a way of telling yourself, you matter. Your dreams matter. Your well-being matters. We've been taught to see time as something to be managed and controlled, a resource to be used as much as possible. But time isn't a machine. It's a living thing, made up of the hours and minutes of your life. It's special because you can't get it back once it's gone. So, to protect your time is to protect the very core of who you are. It's to stand guard over the moments that give your life meaning, to refuse to let them be used up by things that don't matter. This doesn't mean you have to hide from the world or live alone. It means you learn to say no when you need to create boundaries that keep the noise away, to honor the quiet. Spaces where you can rest and recharge. It means you learn to trust that you are allowed to step back, to slow down, to take time for yourself, even when the world tells you to keep going. Because when you do, you give yourself the chance to show up in the world as your best self, whole, steady, and strong. Peace isn't something you find by chance. It's something you create on purpose. It's in the small choices you make every day. To turn off your phone, to take a walk without constant notifications, to sit quietly with a cup of tea and just breathe. It's in how you choose to spend your mornings, your afternoons, your evenings. It's in how you protect the moments that matter, the people who lift you up, the dreams that call to you from deep inside. When you protect your time, you are not just protecting your hours. You are protecting your peace of mind. You are creating a life that isn't controlled by other people's urgency, but by your own sense of purpose and calm. You are choosing to build a life based on what is real and lasting, not in the quick rush of everything that calls for your attention. And in that choice, you find a deeper kind of freedom. You find that you don't have to be everything to everyone. You find that you are allowed to be here now, fully present and fully alive. You find that you can let go of needing to prove yourself and simply be. Protecting your time is an invitation to step into the quiet of your own heart, to find the rhythm of your own breath, to trust that peace isn't something you have to chase or earn. It is something you can create right here, right now, by choosing to give yourself the gift of peace. Remove distractions to take back control in a world that never stops talking, where every screen beeps with updates, and every moment is filled with noise. It's so easy to lose ourselves. We think we're connected, but really, we're drifting away from what truly matters. Our attention is pulled in 100 different ways, and we end up tired at the end of the day, not knowing where our time went. Distractions are like thieves of your soul. They sneak in quietly, stealing your focus, your energy, and your dreams. But you have the power to stop them. You have the power to take back your attention and your life. Removing distractions isn't about cutting yourself off from the world. It's about making space for what's most important. It's about choosing to focus on what makes you feel good instead of what drains you. It means setting limits with technology, with people, with all the small things that demand your time but give nothing back. It's about turning off the noise so you can hear your own thoughts again. Because in the quiet, you find clarity. In the quiet, you find the strength to build the life you want. There's a myth that we can do many things at once and still be great at all of them. But the truth is, doing too many things at once makes us scattered and unfocused. Our minds jump from one thing to the next like a stone skipping on water. Real progress comes from deep focus, from giving your full attention to one thing at a time. When you remove distractions, you give yourself the gift of being present. You give yourself the chance to do your best work, to live your best life. This isn't always easy. The world is full of things that promise a quick feeling of happiness. Social media, endless scrolling, constant notifications. They are designed to hook you, to keep you coming back for more. But these things aren't nourishing. They are like empty calories for your mind. They make you feel full for a moment but empty inside. You have to be brave enough to turn them off. You have to be strong enough to walk away. Start small. Turn off notifications that don't help you. Put your phone in another room when you need to focus. Make a space that is clear, both physically and mentally. Give yourself permission to be unavailable to the world so that you can be available to yourself. Because when you do, you'll find that you have more time, more energy, more joy. You'll find that you weren't as busy as you thought. You were just distracted. Removing distractions is a way of respecting yourself. It's a statement that your time and attention are valuable, that you won't waste them on things that don't matter. It's a way of taking back control of your life, one moment at a time. And in that control, you find freedom. You find the space to breathe, to create, to grow. There will always be things trying to pull you away from what matters. But you get to decide what you let in and what you keep out. You get to decide what is worth your focus and what is not. This is your life, and you have the right to protect it from the noise. So be thoughtful, be deliberate, be strong in guarding your attention, because it is the most powerful tool you have. Use it to build something beautiful, something real, something that matters to you. Because in the end, the quality of your life is the quality of your focus. And when you focus on what truly matters, everything else disappears. Use your time to help yourself grow. Every minute you spend is like a seed you plant in the garden of your life. Some seeds will grow into tall, strong trees that protect your dreams and give fruit to your soul. Others will just die, leaving you with nothing but regret. That's why you must be careful, planned, and smart about where you put your time. You have to be the gardener of your own future, choosing what you want to grow and what you want to leave behind. Growth isn't just about getting ahead in life or doing something amazing for others to see. Growth is about becoming more of who you really are, peeling back layers of doubt and fear until you shine in your own light. It's about learning to trust yourself, to follow the quiet voice inside that tells you what you need to thrive. It's about pushing yourself to go beyond what you thought was possible, to keep reaching even when it's hard, even when you're tired. Because every time you choose to invest in your own growth, you are choosing to honor your own worth. Using your time to help yourself grow isn't about filling every hour with frantic work. It's about being purposeful. It's about asking yourself, what do I want to learn today? How can I be better tomorrow? What am I curious about? How can I explore it? Growth happens when you step out of your comfort zone and into the unknown, trusting that you can figure it out. It happens when you read books that stretch your mind, have talks that challenge your thinking, and do work that makes your heart race with excitement. There will be days when you feel like you're not making any progress at all. When it seems like you're standing still while everyone else is moving fast. But growth doesn't always show up in big, dramatic ways. Sometimes it's quiet and gentle, like a seed slowly putting down roots deep in the dark earth. Sometimes it's in the small choices you make every day to show up for yourself, to keep going even when it's hard to believe that you're worth the effort. Helping yourself grow also means giving yourself permission to rest. It means realizing that growth isn't just about doing more. It's about becoming more whole. It's about taking care of your mind, your body, and your spirit. It's about knowing that you can't pour from an empty cup, and that rest is not a luxury but a must. When you give yourself space to breathe, you give yourself the strength to keep growing. And as you grow, you'll find that the things that once seemed so important start to fade away. You'll see that what others think matters less than your own sense of purpose. You'll find that the more you invest in your own growth, the more you have to give to the world. Because when you are full, when you are living in line with what you truly value, you become a positive force in everything you do. So use your time to feed your curiosity, to build your skills, to connect with people who inspire you. Use it to dream bigger, to dig deeper, to keep moving forward even when you're not sure where the path will lead. Because every step you take towards your growth is a step towards a life that feels real and right. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to keep growing, to keep learning, to keep showing up for the person you are becoming. Your life's masterpiece needs your full attention. Think of your life as a blank canvas waiting for you to paint it with bright colors and soft strokes. Each moment is a chance to add depth and detail. But if you're always looking over your shoulder, always trying to do too many things at once, that canvas will never be more than a blurry mess of unfinished lines. When you give your attention to everything, you give it fully to nothing. And your masterpiece stays unfinished, waiting for you to be present enough to bring it to life. We live in a world that praises doing many things at once and always being busy. We're taught to believe that we must always be on, always moving, always doing. But true creation, real beauty, comes from focus. It comes from giving your energy and heart to one thing at a time, letting it take shape in the quiet spaces where your soul can breathe. When you focus your attention, you make your vision clearer, and what was once a vague idea becomes something real and true. Giving your full attention is not easy. It means learning to turn down the noise, to say no to things that pull you away from your goal. It means being willing to be still in a world that tells you to keep moving. It means realizing that the work you are meant to do, the life you are meant to live, cannot be built with the leftover bits of time from everything else. It needs your best self, your whole self, your present self. Distractions will always be there. There will always be another email to answer, another message to reply to, another task to check off the list. But if you spend your life trying to keep up with everything, you will never get to the things that matter most. You have to decide what deserves your attention and what doesn't. You have to decide what is worth the quiet focus of your mind and the steady beat of your heart. Your life's masterpiece is not something you can rush. It is not something you can create between constant interruptions and endless noise. It is something that asks you to slow down, to listen to your own voice, to trust that the things that truly matter will happen not in a rush, but in stillness. It is in those moments when you give yourself fully to what you love that you begin to see your masterpiece taking shape. Focus is not just about getting things done faster. It's about connection. It's about feeling the weight of each moment, the richness of each experience. It's about letting yourself be fully present, fully alive, so that the work you do and the life you live are full of meaning and purpose. It's about realizing that the most beautiful things in life cannot be forced or hurried. They need your patience, your belief, and your steady focus. And as you give your attention to what matters, you will find that your life begins to have a new kind of beauty. You will see that the small moments are not small at all. They are the building blocks of something bigger and more lasting. You will see that the distractions that once seemed so urgent begin to lose their power. And what remains is the quiet, steady beat of a life well lived. Your masterpiece is waiting for you. It is not in the future or the past. It is in the choices you make right now, in how you show up for yourself and your dreams. It is in the courage to turn away from the noise and to listen to the quiet voice inside that tells you what matters most. It is in the simple, everyday moments when you choose to be fully present, fully involved, fully alive. Because in the end, the only way to create something beautiful is to give it the best of who you are.